Here are the crypto top headlines covered in this video. Jim Cramer says Bitcoin cannot be killed, is here to stay. Next, 2024 will be incredibly powerful for crypto, says Morgan Creek's Mark Yusko. Here's why. Also, SEC will approve a spot Bitcoin ETF as a political necessity, says TD Cowen. Welcome to Crypto Top Headlines, where there's no clickbait thumbnails or titles, and no speeches on my opinions, just bringing crypto's news to you. We are a new channel here on YouTube, and would greatly appreciate it if you would click on the like and subscribe buttons, as well as the notification bell. It does help support the channel, so thank you in advance for doing so. Now, on to these headlines. Our first top headline, Jim Cramer says Bitcoin cannot be killed, is here to stay. Economic analyst Jim Cramer asserts that Bitcoin's recent resilience and technological prowess signal its permanence as it surges past $45,000 amid anticipation of a spot Bitcoin ETF approval. He confidently stated, "You can't kill Bitcoin," and emphasized its permanence, declaring it here to stay. Cramer further commended Bitcoin as a technological marvel due to its perseverance despite challenges. Here's the clip of Jim Cramer on CNBC's Squawk on the Street.
And obviously it had a great year last year.
Yeah, we got that clearing event of Sam Bankman-Fried going down, and that seemed to make people feel, you know what, we're safe. And then the ETF.
We continue to wait
endless
for the
ETF.
Right.
And look, it's very rare that I've ever seen that this way. Could it be a waiting for Godot? I mean, no, there won't be an ETF. But I do think that the people who are in it for that are going to use that as a chance to sell. But this thing is, you can't kill it.
Ooh, can't.
And the late Charlie Munger, who was so brilliant on so many things, was blind to this. Now you can say, wait a second, maybe it's all going to come
Jamie
unravel.
Dimon has not spared any negative words.
No, but look, I mean, it's a reality and it's a technological marvel, and I think people have to start recognizing that it's here to stay. The SEC's been against it almost the whole time.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean that every one of these is here to stay, but I do think that this is a remarkable comeback that was unexpected, except for all the bulls who turned out to be right.
Gensler does a lot of jawboning.
Didn't work.
A lot of jawboning.
He wants people to be in ones. Look, I mean, when you speak to him, he just would like everybody involved to have to be like it's a registered security. And he failed. And I think even the Commodity Futures Trading Commission is not aligned with him.
All right.
The context for Cramer's comments lies in Bitcoin's recent surge above $45,000, a milestone not reached since 2022. The anticipation of imminent approval for a spot Bitcoin ETF is seen as a potential catalyst that could drive the cryptocurrency's price even higher, with expectations for approval as early as next week. Cramer's optimism is rooted in the remarkable resilience Bitcoin has displayed over the past year, even in the face of regulatory scrutiny from entities like the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission and its chair, Gary Gensler. Cramer's belief in Bitcoin's longevity contrasts with the skepticism expressed by some notable figures, including the late Charlie Munger. Despite Jim Cramer's bullish stance on Bitcoin, the inverse Cramer theory suggests caution. Some investors might interpret Cramer's optimism as a contrarian indicator, sparking concern about market overheating. According to this theory, when Cramer expresses confidence, it could prompt a shift in sentiment, with investors turning bearish and selling positions. Our next top headline, 2024 will be incredibly powerful for crypto, says Morgan Creek's Mark Yusko. Here's why. Morgan Creek Capital founder and CEO Mark Yusko is saying that the crypto industry faces positive prospects in 2024. In a new interview on the Dales Report, Yusko says that 2024 is going to be an incredibly powerful year for crypto, aided by the alignment of various factors. That's kind of what we have coming into 2024. We have this celestial alignment of all the things, all the cycles. So we have the 4-year cycle in Bitcoin, right? The halving happens in April or early May, depending on the blocks, but that's going to happen. We've got this wave of liquidity that's about to be unleashed with the approval of the spot Bitcoin exchange traded fund. We've got this cyclical wave of it looks like the economy is slowing, therefore the Federal Reserve's going to go back to accommodation, which will devalue the dollar more, which means if we price Bitcoin in dollars, the price of Bitcoin goes up. According to the hedge fund veteran, the crypto industry might also benefit from a technological wave as a result of new talent potentially entering the space. We've got a technological wave where 650,000 people were laid off from big tech. That's a lot. And it turns out that some of them don't have enough money to never work again. Some do, but many don't. And turns out some of them are like really smart, and so they are starting new companies. Turns out the most powerful force in the universe is human creativity. Our next top headline: SEC will approve a spot Bitcoin ETF as a political necessity, says TD Cowen. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission will approve a spot Bitcoin exchange-traded fund by the January 10th deadline as a political necessity, according to the investment bank TD Cowen. To us, this is a political necessity as the agency needs to cement its role as a crypto regulator before Congress consider broader crypto legislation. TD Cowen, Washington Research Group, led by Jarrett Seiberg, wrote in a note on Tuesday, "We also believe the agency does not want to lose a legal challenge to its refusal to approve Bitcoin ETFs. The January 10th deadline is when the SEC must finally decide whether to accept or deny an application from Cathie Wood's ARK Invest and 21 Shares, the first group to file a spot Bitcoin ETF application. By that time, the SEC could also rule on other similar filings. More than a dozen firms, including BlackRock and Fidelity, have filed spot Bitcoin ETF applications." TD Cowen is among several analysts that are confident that the SEC will approve spot Bitcoin ETFs by next week. Last week, citing sources, Reuters reported that the SEC may notify whether the 14 firms vying to issue a spot Bitcoin ETF would have its approval or not as early as this week, ahead of a possible January 10th launch. The price of Bitcoin has rallied over the past months, mainly due to growing optimism that the SEC will approve spot Bitcoin ETFs, which are expected to bring additional institutional investment into the crypto industry. Bitcoin's price is currently around $45,000. Crypto market structure and stablecoin bills. Aside from the SEC nod for spot Bitcoin ETFs, on the crypto policy front, the focus has also been on 2 Republican-led bills over the past year. One bill wants to regulate stablecoins on the federal level, while the other takes a comprehensive approach to crypto's market structure. Both bills passed out of the House Financial Services Committee, led by Chair Patrick T. McHenry, Republican, North Carolina, in July, but would need to be brought to the Senate Banking Committee, which could prove challenging this year. But according to TD Cowen, there is still an opportunity to make a deal during the lame duck period after an election for a broad crypto market structure bill. The lame duck period refers to the time between the election and the inauguration of a new government. McHenry would want to get it done before retiring from Congress at the end of 2024, according to TD Cowen. To get the Senate and White House on board, the SEC will need to be the lead on investor protections, TD Cowen said. On the stablecoin bill, TD Cowen said it would be the fallback for McHenry if he cannot enact broader crypto market structure legislation. We see this as less of a political lift than crypto market structure, though the hurdles remain significant, TD Cowen said, adding it will depend on how much Republicans are willing to give into Democratic demands. So this concludes our top headlines. If you haven't already done so, don't forget to click on the like and subscribe buttons, as well as the notification bell. Also, leave your thoughts in the comments and share this video with your friends and family. Thank you all for watching Crypto Top Headlines, bringing crypto's news to you.